Discussing spiritual warfare is discussing the tactical efforts of the adversary and the tactics of response by the living God. The first tactic is to come to recognize the adversary is working when he's up to it and when things are taking place, and not to blame them just as being circumstantial, but to recognize how devoted the adversary is to stealing, killing, and destroying. Jesus made that clear, but he said, I came to destroy the works of the devil. How does he do that? He does it by being invited into the scene. And inviting him into the scene is what is when we say, Lord, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done in this situation. Let your deliverance, your grace, your insight, your revelation show your way so that I see. Let your light penetrate the darkness. Oh, Lord, do that. That is something that happens when we understand such things, for example, as the adversary's devices. The word noema that is in that passage we've just been referencing in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4 and 5. The word noema is the word that in some translations earlier in that same book says we're not ignorant of his devices. One of those devices is the spirit of unforgiveness. It separates people, but it's something that characterizes the insistence that I'm right. And that is something that does not come from the Spirit, the heart of Jesus. No matter how right we may be, we're never 100% right. Even if we're on some human scale 100% right, we're not right if we continually close our door of our hearts on a forgiving and gracious attitude. The devices of the adversary will breed unforgiveness. And the Lord wants to break that stronghold in us, because that's something we can give place to. But he also wants to break strongholds of the adversary's operations that have ways of painting something that looks like it is, just has to be this way. In fact, how many times something bad will happen, people will say, well, it just must be the will of God because he controls everything. Dear one, please. God has the power to control everything, but he only controls where he's invited to be in control. And I want to say very pointedly that the whole issue of spiritual warfare requires we come to the understanding that the Lord has said, I want you to enter into partnership with me. Because just as once earth was given under human control to walk in relationship with God, you having been brought back into relationship with him, I want you to learn how to invoke my kingdom. My kingdom come. What you bind on earth, I will bind already in heaven. It's done. What you loose, it's already loosed. Move in that place of responsibility.